Every run that hinges on a simple pass or fail comes down to two questions. How many units do you check, and how many defects can you find and still be considered a good run? We'll call those the check size and the pass limit. Get them right, and you're balancing two types of risk. For your operations and project stakeholders, you have the risk of rejecting a good run, which I'll call OP risk. For your quality and regulatory stakeholders, you have the risk of accepting a run that's actually unacceptable, and I'll call that QR risk. Let's meet three plans that balance these risks differently. First, meet Casual Ayana. She's the sampling plan for a legacy process that's affecting a cosmetic characteristic, not something that's going to impact the performance of the product.
I expect 32 results, and I'll allow up to 2 defects before I raise an alarm. My manufacturing defect rate sits around 2.5%. My cutoff defect rate's up near 16. That's a wide gap, but for a minor scratch, I can live with that.
That's the trade Ayana's making. A smaller check size with some tolerance for defects means there's less discrimination between the OP risk and QR risk. For a process that is only affecting a cosmetic characteristic and has a long operating history, that's a reasonable call. Now, meet Solid Elena. She's a sampling plan for an enhanced process that can impact an effectiveness characteristic, meaning how well the product actually works. She keeps the same pass limit, but makes a change to the check size.
I require 125 results, and I hold the line at 2 defects before I flag it red. My manufacturing defect rate stays under 1%. My cutoff defect rate sits around 4. That's a tight gap, sharp enough to trust for something that affects how the product performs.
That's check size doing its job on its own. It shifts both OP risk and QR risk lower while also reducing the gap between them. Then there's Flawless Raphael. He's the plan for a new process affecting a safety characteristic where there's no room for compromise.
I demand 125 results without any defects. My manufacturing defect rate barely registers, a few hundredths of a percent. My cutoff defect rate holds under 2. Zero tolerance, zero compromise.
Here's the tell. Look at Raphael's curve. No shoulder, no gentle bend, just a sharp drop off. Zero tolerance not only narrows the gap between OP risk and QR risk, it alters the shape of the curve itself. That same rigor turns risky in a hurry on any process with an appreciable defect rate. You'll start seeing alarms that are more about the plan than about the process. Yana, Elena, and Raphael each strike a different balance between OP risk and QR risk. Change the check size and you sharpen the image. Change the pass limit and you bend the form of the risk itself. If this video helped the statistics click, that's just one piece of what it takes for an organization to truly understand validation. At Brayerst, we train not just the validation practitioners, but the whole organization, so everyone comes to the table speaking the same language. Visit our website to see what else there is to learn.